Alright. You're probably wondering what this video is about. Well, you're probably not, because you're probably not watching it. Because why would you? Uh, this channel has no views. But, I'm just logging this for myself mostly, or if anyone else cares. So, basically, I currently have a dual boot situation here. I have two different drives, which is much better than on the same drive, I think. I have Windows 7, because I don't want to let it go, and I hate Windows 10. Then I have Manjaro Linux. Now, why did I install Manjaro Linux? That's a great question. Because I thought that it would be fun to try out a more bleeding edge distribution, even though I barely know what that means or care what that means. So, there's that. Also, I heard it was good for gaming. I heard that, it's got better support for newer packages on Steam. I thought, I want to game on Linux, and I'm going to have to transition away from Windows eventually. But, at the same time, probably just going to keep Windows 7 for a while, even if it's not secure. I'll do my best to handle that. But I also just really like it. I like the way it looks. I like what I know about it. Arch Linux, but I don't know that much about it. And I've noticed that it has lots of bugs because Linux has so many bugs all the time. And if I were to go to Chromium here, I wanted to see here the project. So I was doing this. I've gone to computer science, for a degree in college, but I just don't feel like I really learned a lot. For 4 years, I struggled and felt like I wasn't getting things, but I don't think it's me necessarily. I think it's the way I approached it, the way it was presented to me. There's a lot of things wrong with it, and I thought I want to learn to code again on my own terms. And one of my D&D characters is named Odin, and just found this site, and it seems quite good, and it's free. I thought, well, why not? And then they kind of talk about where is it? They talk about the operating system you would use, and I don't know where it is. Come on, where is it? I know what a DNS server is. Thank God. Don't need to do that lesson. Here we are. So they talk about wanting to use Linux as opposed to Windows, and I can understand why. I'm not gonna go out and buy a Mac because it's expensive, and why? I have a beautiful desktop that I built myself, so I don't need to do that. But I've always tinkered around with Linux, but never really done anything on it. I've done all my main work on Windows, and I think now's a great time to take the plunge and really go into it. But I'm gonna go ahead and do what they're saying and use Ubuntu, even though it's a very basic edition of Linux and it's the one everybody uses. But I'm doing it because I know my own limits, and I know that it'd be a hell of a time trying to get everything configured on Manjaro. It's for people who kind of probably already know what they're doing. So I'm going to install Ubuntu. Ubuntu. And that's... I've already got a USB stick loaded with it, which is sweet. I don't know how on earth I just had that lying around. It's version 1804. I'm not sure if that's current, but it's current enough and it can update. So we're going to go ahead and do that and say goodbye to Manjaro. I don't even know, what I have on here, how to navigate half the time anyway. I just did this before Windows 7 was to be expired or not supported anymore. And then I never really ended up using it because YouTube videos will just kind of glitch out. And that's like the main thing I do with my desktop. And I've tried updating Chromium and everything, and it didn't always work. So, yeah, I don't know, we're gonna figure out, I just want to see my drive. How do I just see my disks? I don't even know, I have disks. See, it's kind of different, already. I do love Linux in some ways, though, because I can just read seemingly everything. But this disk looks like it doesn't tell me about the free space in the file system, so that's not what I really want. Other locations, computer. I'll figure this out on my own. I do love the themes. I hope that Ubuntu is fairly customizable. I love the modern kind of dark theme on here. I love the way it looks. It's beautiful. So hopefully I can do that.